All right, we've got a lot coming up on the show. Dave Sharma will join me a bit later to speak about that, as well as Bridget McKenzie, Michael Downby, Michael Shoebridge. But now let's bring in my regular Wednesday panel, former Victorian Liberal Party President Michael Kroger and Labor legend Graham Richardson. Welcome to you both. Look, this was really a stunning operation. Michael Kroger, what was your reaction when you woke up to hear the news of it today?
Well, it was an incredibly successful operation by the Israelis, and it was directed towards military targets in Lebanon and Syria, and it worked incredibly successfully. Unlike Hezbollah, by the way, who fire rockets at willy-nilly, civilians or otherwise, into the northern parts of Israel. They don't care who they kill. So as a targeted operation, this was incredibly successful. They said, we're going after military targets, and that's exactly what they did. And the fact that up to 3,000 Hezbollah fighters have been injured probably ultimately will curtail a lot of their activities. And very clearly, the Israelis know where Nasrallah is, the leader of Hezbollah. He would know that they know where he is, and they could take him out at any opportunity. So as you say, this will probably be a good step towards ending this fight between, Hezbollah and the Israelis.
Richo, this will go down as one of the legendary intelligence operations, don't you think?
Oh, this is brilliant. I think that's the only word for it. Absolutely brilliant. And it means that if you're against Israel over there, you are worrying every minute of every day, will I be alive tomorrow? I think that's a good way to have your enemy.
No question about it. Look, we're going to return to this. We'll have analysis throughout the show because it was the biggest story around the world today. But more locally in Australia, last night, the who's who of the business community gathered for the BCA annual dinner, where the Prime Minister claimed that he is pro-business and pro-worker. But Michael, he tiptoed around the union-backed IR laws. This is the main point of contention. He did admit there were cracks in the relationship with the business sector. Let's have a quick look at that.
I am optimistic that government and business can do this together. We have different responsibilities that demand different approaches. So it is inevitable we will have occasional differences of opinion.
Michael, do you think Albanese is facing, to some extent, a revolt from the business community?
Well, of course he is. The question is whether the business community can act on that and change votes. I mean, the trade union movement for decades have given money to and supported the Labor Party in elections. The BCA and, state-based affiliates and hangers-on tend to be neutral during election campaigns, which doesn't do their cause any good because the Labor government never fear them. So they've got to get active like the mining companies did over the mining tax. I mean, if you don't fight, you lose. The Business Council doesn't fight, so it keeps losing. So it has these wonderful dinners and cocktail parties where they, have these meetings. But I'm sorry, Labor politicians take no notice of the Business Council of Australia, and increasingly so, the Liberal Party politicians don't take much notice of them. The last public campaign the business community ran with full force was to give millions of dollars to The Voice.
Good point.
That was a debacle and a disaster, and makes them just insipid. So if they get back to fighting for their members, people will start taking them seriously, and the incoming Liberal government, if that's to be the case, will take them seriously.